Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about how to be confident on camera. When people pick up a camera and they're talking directly to the lens, it can be very frightening, intimidating, whatever. It's like death staring at you when you look into the camera. It's just very uncomfortable talking into a camera. You may be afraid you're gonna mess up your lines or whatever the problem may be. But I just want to give some tips on how to be more confident on camera. Before you even turn on the camera, you might want to think about what you're going to talk about before you just turn on the camera. Just do a little bit of thinking, going in the direction that you want, so instead of like rambling on. And as well as being prepared, make sure you just have a few notes about what you want to talk about. That will help greatly. Many people who are first starting and they're talking into the camera, they just really freeze up and they don't really express themselves, and they're just talking into the camera and trying to like rush by it. Now when you're talking to a camera, it is slightly different than talking to a person. Number one, they're not communicating back with you. The more comfortable you get on camera, you learn to talk a little bit faster than you would with a normal person. So my first tip would be to just start. Just try practicing. Maybe not even recording. Just look into the camera and just practice talking to it. I know people use different strategies as like looking beyond the camera, and imagine you're talking to someone that's like behind the camera. I've been doing this every week for a few years now, so I just naturally kind of got more comfortable with the camera. But that doesn't mean I don't mess up my lines or I just turn on the camera, record, and then I'm done. Many times I make a lot of mistakes and I have to redo my lines, which can be very frustrating both when you're on camera and when you're editing. If you have a camera that has a flip out screen, it's really handy for setting up composition, but you really want to be looking to the lens when you're recording. That can be a little difficult because you're not looking at anyone. So to help look into the lens, make sure you just turn that screen around so that way you're not looking at yourself, because talking like this is not very comfortable for the viewer watching. You really want to look into the lens. Makes it a whole lot more comfortable for the audience. It makes your video more engaging and your audience is more comfortable when you do so. I've seen this video where they take a paper cutout and they would just put it over the phone cameras right there, like as an eyeball, as like a way to act like you're talking to a friend, which actually seems like a really good way to build up confidence on camera. The best way to build confidence is just to practice it. It's going to take time, but you're going to have to keep at it. Your first videos may not be as good, but slowly over time it's going to get better. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time just to warm up to the camera. Maybe a few first minutes are kind of edgy, but once you practice a little bit in the moment, you get a lot more confident really quickly. Now maybe talking to a camera is not really your style, but maybe you do a voiceover. This still applies. Talking and recording with an audio recorder I think is a little bit easier since you're not focusing on the visuals as well, you're just on the voice. So you're practicing more about the inflection, stuff like that. But again, it can be frustrating when you mess up lines or, you say weird words and it doesn't make sense. And sometimes you get off topic. My next tip is just to be comfortable naturally. If you prefer sitting in a chair or standing up, do that. Make sure you have some water to keep yourself hydrated, and that helps saying your words clearly as well. And again, the best and probably the fastest way you're going to get better at talking to the camera is just doing it a lot. Just every day, just either pick up your phone or your camera, just pretend you're talking to it, maybe record a few samples so you know what you sound like, and so you can change a few things. I hope this helps those who are starting a YouTube channel and creating their first videos to help build some confidence. And sooner or later you will build up your confidence on camera. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, consider subscribing.